The Pikmin 4 trailer looked amazing. Today I wasn't expecting anything out of the trailer just because I didn't want to have my hopes up to be let down. So really I was just wanting to see Pikmin 4 today, and it was not what I imagined in the best possible way. So let's go ahead and break this trailer down together. But before we do, go ahead and give me a like and subscribe. Let's go ahead and break this trailer down together because there is a lot to talk about. First off, I just want to say that this trailer looks amazing. I honestly forgot that 3 was first on Wii U, so I was expecting Pikmin 4 to look like that, but this looks stunning. I didn't really expect this. I honestly thought from that first trailer, the bench that we see was just for that trailer and not the actual game. Now, in this trailer, all the places we see that are not underground seem like they're all from the first area. They all connect in the background that we get to see. So I really like that Nintendo's taking that approach and not giving us different areas or different parts. So it leaves more to the imagination or another trailer that we're going to see maybe later. But there's a few other things that I did notice that I'm going to talk about is that the onion, it's just red, blue, and yellow. Well, first off red, and then when you get the corresponding Pikmin, then it turns into that color. But it's not like the onions in 1 and 2 where they're all separate, or in 3 where they did the swirly thing behind it. So I don't know what the thought process is behind that, but that's one thing I really noticed. I love the idea that we're collecting treasure. I think it's just nice that we're collecting treasure again instead of, oh, hey, this whole species is on the brink of destruction. It just seems more, I guess, childish and cute in a way for Pikmin. It feels like it's more along the lines of Pikmin being able to just collect treasure. And next in the trailer that we see is Ice Pikmin. They do look cool. I'm sorry, that pun was on accident, nothing intentional. But we see them fight the Bulborb, and my first thought was, I don't want to use them for fighting. At least right away, I want to be able to beat the enemies, bring them back to the onion, and grow the Pikmin population. I don't want to have 30 Pikmin left and there's a boss and, I have to go back, rebuild the Pikmin population, go and fight it again. So I think at first I'm going to maybe keep them off to the side and grow the other Pikmin up for their population. But I don't know. I guess depending on all the enemies and how it plays out, I may have to use them. Also, with Ice Pikmin, we get to see that they freeze bodies of water. I don't think that they're going to be able to freeze every body of water because we see Ochi bring them, yellow and red Pikmin, across that larger body of water. So I think they will be limited in that sense, but we'll have to find out later. And Ochi, I want to know the limitations on that dog. That thing looks cute, and we see it do a lot of work. And at first, I was thinking that Ochi is only going to be at the beginning until we unlock like certain Pikmin or something, but that's not the case because Ochi goes back up the ship with the captain towards the end of the trailer. I honestly thought that I would be able to talk about everything I wanted to in just the span of the trailer once, but it looks like I'm going to have to talk more, longer than the trailer, so I'm sorry about that, but I will go as quickly as I can. I want to talk about the underground. We don't know much about it, but having that disco long legs or strobe light long legs, whatever they decide to call it, looks beastly. And it looks like maybe it's going to be the first big boss of the game, but then honestly, I was blown away with that, and then we got to see Empress Bulblax right after. Empress Bulblax looks much more intimidating than compared to when we first saw her in 2. And I don't mean like the looks of her, but how she is sending out more of her larvae, I guess is the proper term, at us. So it looks like that's going to be a really difficult boss as well. So I like the idea that we're getting difficult bosses back because And maybe I just played Pikmin 3 too much, but those bosses were not nearly as difficult as the ones we got in 2. So I'm glad that Nintendo is, at least from this trailer, looking like they are going to ramp up the difficulty again in the Pikmin series. So the title now makes sense to me that the 4 has yellow flowers because that's what ice Pikmin have once they're turned into flowers. So I don't know if that's something Nintendo is purposefully doing with each entry, and they have the new species of Pikmin, they're going to get a different type of flower on their head, or if that's just something that Nintendo's doing to make it unique. Like the first 3, white flowers, and then we had white and purple Pikmin with pink flowers. Rock and Winged are purple flowers. So then we get to now ice Pikmin with the yellow flowers. So that was just something I expected. I don't think that that's too deep of a thought. It's just something I noticed. And that nighttime at the end, that blew my mind. Like this whole trailer was amazing and I can't wait to play it. But that nighttime trailer, at first it was like, wait, are we going to play at night? But then it almost guaranteed it because we get to see Sparklium. So did our ship crash again, or is this something that we need to help with the home planet? And it was just weird because I didn't think that Nintendo would ever do that. I had conversations with a friend and he actually brought it up, having to be able to have Pikmin at night and having orange type Pikmin. So then they glow in the dark and everything, but I don't know what they're planning on doing with the night. But it looks like we get to collect Sparklium with it at night. So that is a cool twist as well that we are going to see in the Pikmin series. The last thing I wanted to mention that we saw today wasn't even in the trailer. It was the thumbnail that Nintendo posted for just the Pikmin 4 trailer. Now, if you take a look at it, it has every type of Pikmin. Well, not every type, like if we're going to count Olimar being a Pikmin at the end, Bulbmin, and then Shroommin, but it has all the major Pikmin types in there. We have yellow, red, blue, ice. We have purple, white, rock, and winged. So are we going to see all of them in the main game? Or is this a hint that, they're going to be in it, but like in Pikmin 3, purple and white are only going to be in those side quests and mission modes, but we're going to have them in the series still. So I thought that was also something that really just blew my mind because either we're going to get them kind of in the side quest or this game is going to be massive. I'm trying not to overhype it in my head because if it's going to be massive, then how many areas are we going to get? Or the other thing is, are we going to get them, but they only can stay in their areas? Kind of like how Bulbmin were in 2, where they stayed underground and they weren't able to go to the surface. I wonder if that's going to be the case. But I'm done speculating because we're going to find out in July if we don't get another trailer. But thank you guys again for watching. Please like, subscribe, and until next time, take care. Nope, sorry, the last thing I wanted to mention is that elephant slide. I want to be able to slide down that. That's it now.